Welcome to Is Neat to You. How y'all feeling today? I'm excited to get into this video with y'all, and it's about goals and advice in your next season. What I want you to do is like, comment, subscribe, and share with all your friends and family, because you never know, you may get a good laugh and some encouragement. Okay, so our first conversation is going to be about building strong relationships with family and support systems, friends and setting boundaries, and relationships with love languages. Okay, so now we're going to talk on family and how we should be each other's support system. So I feel like, and this is just me, but I feel like family should show up for you in every situation. Now, as far as the emotional part, let me speak on emotional support. I feel like family should have conversations, right? And not assume, because that's where we end up. And I'm not saying every family is this way, but sometimes family, you start assuming and then things go back, it just goes crazy. In one of those telephone conversations and you mess everything up type of thing. So I always say, how you say, come to the source. Let's go to the source and talk and have this conversation. And with family, no one should take anything wrong, because you're supposed to be listening to one another and supporting one another. Even if it can't be financially, okay, that's fine. But supporting every other way helps so much more. I mean, it may be a financial situation for me, but your support with just letting me know you're there with me. Whatever I'm carrying, you have my back in certain ways. You're listening to me. That's everything. That's almost as close to, the financial support. Or with, if maybe I'm going through something, and I'm like, I don't want to talk to nobody, but family supposed to be there for you to vent to, so if I'm talking and venting, sometimes I just want you to listen. And I guess, what I'm hearing right now, my grandmother probably would say, or I ain't gonna say probably, but she would say, go to God first and talk to God, because that's where you're going to get your answers and your support. But sometimes people need the physical, and I'm one that I'm gonna share this story in another video, but I'm one that had to go to a physical being to feel what I couldn't feel spiritually, and that's what helped me. But I just feel like family should support, listen, and really be there for one another. Because that we all we have, okay? And I already hit on the finance part. Everybody don't have it, and if you do, if I had it, I'm gonna give, and I'm not gonna worry about anything coming back and return anything like that. But that's what we should. Not saying take advantage of one another. I'm not saying that at all. But if you can help take a load off someone by even saying, hey, I know you don't have it, and I can assist you with this, but how can we double it for you to make you fall back on yourself, something like that. So friends and setting boundaries. So letting friends go that you feel like sisters or brothers, you just have to separate them, right? So setting boundaries is sometimes you just have to let them go. So people grow apart, and that's part of life. You know what I mean? We try to hold on to things that maybe we don't want to let go for our selfish reasons, but letting them go also could help them in the long run as well. So you just have to go with the flow of life, to be honest. And what is best for you first, because you got to be selfish for yourself. So the separation of oneself. So how to separate from oneself, right? You can have that one conversation, that very first conversation with that one person, and that uncomfortable conversation, and y'all talk about the situation in hand and how maybe it affected you, and then listen on both sides. But if it seems like it ain't working, you got to go. You got to go, because I'm gonna protect me first. Okay, that's the most important thing of all. If it's just not working, there's no need to have multiple conversations, because this is how I felt. I was in a situation, and of course I do tend to give chances after chances. So when I did that and it seemed like it didn't work for me, because I was just getting probably irritated about the situation, we wasn't moving forward with anything, just let it go, because otherwise y'all gonna be stuck in a situation where you're not growing again, and it just seems like you're holding on to something, and then you'll just be mad with each other later on. Just let it go. There's no need to be holding on to it. Okay, so now let's get into relationships with love languages. Okay, so let's just list the love languages. We have words of affirmation, quality time, you have physical touch, acts of service, and receiving gifts. Now with me, I can only speak on me. I don't go off and just tell someone that I'm interested in that, hey, these are my love languages and I need you to follow them. Now, it just comes natural, because you are your love language. Let's just put it like that. So when someone asks you that, you can give them off or whatever. But if you're interested in me, you're going to know them, because you're going to get to know who I am, right? So for me and self, my words of affirmation is basically how he appreciates my drive, because I am driven. I'm an entrepreneur at itself. And that's what excites me. So if somebody can recognize that, then of course that's, yeah. But no, that's a good thing. That's a good thing that, that's something I love. Okay, let's go to quality time. Now, I would tell who I'm interested in. I require. Now, you can do what you want, but I require to have a conversation every day. Now, if you get that wrong by up there trying to figure out, you have to be talking on the phone all day long or something like that. No, we are grown. We have jobs. We have our own lives and stuff like that. So what I'm saying is basically, even if you call me in the morning and say good morning, it's a quick conversation, and then through the rest of the day it's text. I'm completely fine with that. But that's the quality time. It doesn't have to be so much of a constant all day long conversation for hours. You can do that on the weekends. Okay, let's get to the second. Physical touch. So that is very important for me. And if he's not giving it, and that's what you want, you let him know what you want. And if he's still not giving it, it's okay to have that conversation, but hey, just move on. Because again, you think about yourself. It's not in a selfish way. You just know what you want and don't take nothing less. Okay? So he can move on, or she can move on and get what they want, but you get what you want. Okay? Receiving gifts. I'm not big on gifts, to be honest. I'm really not. But I love to give. So I feel, to be honest, I get uncomfortable receiving gifts, because when I get a gift, I feel like I have to keep giving you, because I feel like I can never say thank you enough. So that's why I don't really care about gifts, but I do love, giving gifts. One thing I want to say is, with your love languages, men or women, don't alter for someone else. This is who you are. So be true to who you are. Receive. And I'm talking about not just receive the gifts, but receive. And if you're not getting what you want, then remove yourself. It's okay to move on. Okay? Well, that's relationships and love languages. So let's talk about self-care and mental health. So I did say this before, and I have told my girls this as well. Be selfish. Now, it's in a good way, of course, right? But I say be selfish because you have to think about yourself first. People is who they are. They may take advantage of you, and you don't want that. So it's okay to think about yourself first, what you need for mental health, to just keep stress down, because to protect your peace. And that's the most important thing you need to do. And I've done that, and I'm going to continue to do that, because who else going to protect you better than yourself, So be selfish in a good way. It's okay to say no, because no is okay. So managing stress. Okay, let's see how I manage my stress. I have managed my stress by praying, because I was taught that since I was very, very young. So I do pray. I'm not perfect, but I do pray. Take time alone with myself, So I do that a lot, actually. I love to be alone. I need that time to reflect, and also, again, get my mental mind together. And also music. Music has been like therapy. And when I say music takes me wherever I want to go. If I want, I may not even be in a relationship with somebody, but if I listen to music and I listen to love music, I fall in love sometimes, to be honest, Sometimes people get on my nerve and I just want to bust the window out your car. No, but music is my therapy. So that's why I'm going to say I listen to music. So what do you do to manage your stress? There's so many things you can do. But maintaining a healthy work-life balance. Okay, I gotta put my glasses back on for these. Okay, so how do I maintain a healthy work-life balance? Now, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Let me tell you what I do. I will go to work, but as soon as I go to work, I'm coming home, and I ain't going nowhere else. But that's not good. That's really not good, because I end up isolating myself. And I mean, of course, it feels good, but it's best to get out, smell the fresh air, hang with friends, all that stuff. So what I would say for you to do is, when you get off from work and unwind, you may want to drink some wine. I do have a favorite wine. I ain't gonna tell y'all yet, but let's see if y'all guess it. But I'm gonna put a little snippet somewhere. But anyway, getting off of work, unwind, take a hot shower, drink some wine, like I said, good movie, just relax. Maybe go out to eat with your friends, like a brunch or dinner type of thing. That's something you can do. Hang out with the family and friends, get some laughter in, but just feel life, I mean, I loved hanging home and just being in my own place, my own spot or whatever, but I have found out that it's more like isolation, because what I like to do is, when I'm coming home, I study certain things, because of course I'm an entrepreneur at heart, and what I want to do is learn the next best thing of making money. I'm an entrepreneur, so that's what I love doing. It satisfies me, but that's what it is. Make sure you separate, because the things you're going to do on the weekdays when you get off from work is different from the weekends, because hang out more. Actually go to breakfast, go to brunch. Do like that with friends and family and stuff like that. So that's just a few ways to do it. Smell the fresh air and just unwind. Take a walk in the park or whatever. Yeah, so do that. Think of yourself first. Be selfish. Our last conversation is about financial independence. So one of my favorite things to speak about is entrepreneurship. Okay. So basically, everybody know what entrepreneurship is. You working for yourself. You building your own business, something that you are passionate about. You building a brand. So when you speaking on that, it also comes into play with having multiple streams of income. And of course, you having multiple streams of income is entrepreneurship. But so the reason that I speak on entrepreneurship, because I feel like everyone should have something to, of course you have something to offer, and it's not for everybody. I tell you, it's a hard road, but if that's in you, which is in me, and I don't care how many times I fail, I'm going to keep getting up, because I just always have great ideas, right? So putting that together and making multiple streams of income to be able to keep you afloat or to keep your lifestyle the way you want it is what you should do. Like for me, I started I started a few things, years ago too, but I started something that I was extremely passionate about, and that was body contouring. So I seen something online where it was non-invasive body contouring, and anything I do and get into, I have to dig into it and make sure it works. I'm not just going to put something out there. So I did that. I learned that skill. I took classes. Even after the class, I went further into it and taught myself so much more than what I had learned in the class. And when I tell you I was doing my thing, I was doing my thing. So, and I'm still doing it, to this day. But it's non-invasive body contouring, so it's different. Y'all will hear about that. Also, I started selling lashes because that's something I was into. I love wearing lashes. Today, I got some little tiny ones on, but normally I do have long lashes on. But no, that's part of what I was selling too. Also selling purses and perfume and colognes, which, you find your own thing that you want to sell. You are around people that love certain things. Don't just do it because you feel like they're gonna buy it. But I love this type of stuff. I was in the body contouring. I love lashes. I love perfumes and different bags and stuff like that. So that's why I sold it. And then that audience came and purchased. So I was building something that was natural for me, and then it resonated with others. But that's how I started building relationships and getting to meeting new people as well, and then learning new other things. So one thing for sure is I can always fall back on something, and that's having multiple streams of income where you can fall back on anything to keep yourself afloat, you and your family. So I teach that to my kids now as well, and I will teach it to my grandkids one day. I just want to touch on ways of budgeting, because when you have your multiple streams of income or just having a 9-to-5, because I know it's not for everybody, budgeting is very, very important. And I've learned that different times, because it was times where I was making the money and I wasn't budgeting. I'm just trying to buy all this stuff to keep my business afloat, but I wasn't putting the money where it's supposed to go. So of course it will affect you. So my daughter, she broke it down to me. Ways of budgeting that cater to your finances. And that was the 70%, 15%, and 15%. So basically the 70% is your needs, right? And that's bills, things that you have to pay. That's what that 70% will be. Kind of follow this in your way, but you can put those numbers wherever you want to. Because my daughter started off with 70% savings, and then she did the 15% needs and 15% wants. And when she was doing it her way, that way, she was saving up crazy. Within a year, I believe within a year, it was like she has almost $7,000. So she was doing her thing. All right. Some people that does not work for. Okay. Let's just say that. But if you implement this in your life and then sit down and write it down and do a 70% needs for bills, 15% want for like hair, nails, haircut, Jordans, y'all new Jordans or whatever. And then, going out eating or whatever like that, that's what your wants would be. So you're going to put that 15% of your wants there. And then 15% of savings. And that's for big purchases or your goals that you're trying to accomplish. So, and if you stay consistent with it, then you definitely will get it right. You'll be saving in no time. This can cater to either your head of household, you're a student, someone that just start making money, whatever your finances is, you can use this budget system. Okay. And again, you can fluctuate how you want to. If you want to do 60% needs, however you want to do it your way, but make it reasonable for yourself. Because that's the only way you'll feel like you're not failing in this. If you consistently be reasonable about your numbers and this can go from, if you're making $20 an hour, $22, $18 an hour, wherever you are, just make it reasonable for yourself. So yes, that's the budget system. Okay, I had to take my glasses off for this, but it's 2024, right? We're going into 2025. Now, I'm not a resolution type of girl at all. I'm not a resolution type of woman. I just don't do those. But I know I get excited when I know that something's, just doing something different, right? So I had this saying, and I've heard it before, but I keep this in mind that I'm going to do something today that's going to change my tomorrow. And of course, in a positive way. But that's what I'm going to do. So 2025 is coming. I want y'all to rock out y'all goals. I want y'all to do your thing. And most importantly, and I'm not trying to ramble, but put God first. Pray. My book is called Shatter My Silence, right? So, and it's out there. But I'm going to give y'all that a little later on. Shatter My Silence. Now, let me say this. If whoever can come to my page and post in the comment my book, Shatter My Silence, find it. I'll tell you it's on Amazon. But if you can come to my page and post it, I'm going to do something special with you. I may just bring you on. We can just have a conversation. I don't know. We'll talk. But I'm excited for y'all. I want y'all to have a good one. And thank you for coming to my channel. I'm so excited about this. My new YouTube channel. Oh, and remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share this. Maybe you want to laugh with your family about it. I don't know. See you next time at It's Neat to You.